Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dean. Uh, I will be presenting Chapter 9 regarding enterprise applications for achieving operational excellence and customer closeness. By the way, I'm Richel Delejero. Mhm. Our learning objectives for this topic are first, we will know how to do enterprise systems, help businesses to achieve operational excellence. And second, we will know how the supply chain management systems coordinate planning, production, and logistics with suppliers. Third, we will know how to do customer relationship management systems, help firms achieve customer intimacy. And then lastly, we will be able to know what are the challenges posed by enterprise applications. Over the last decade, businesses have come to realize how important it is to totally integrate business processes across the enterprise. So, in today's fast-paced world, managing information assets is more important than ever before. So, as we've seen, it can be disastrous for an organization to have more than one set of data for customers, for their employees, and suppliers. So, the best idea is to have one database that supplies information where and when necessary across functional lines, and then everyone from employees to managers, from customers to suppliers, would have the necessary tools to extract the data that they need and present it in the format that fits them best. So that's where enterprise systems come in. What is enterprise systems? So, it aims to correct the problems of firms that having integrated information. So, it is also known as the enterprise resource planning or the ERP systems. And their main goal is to bridge the communication gap among all departments and all informations users within the company. So, if production enters information about its processes, the data are available to accounting, to sales, and the human resources. So if sales and marketing is planning a new advertising campaign, anyone, anywhere within the organization will have access to that information. So enterprise systems truly allow a company to use information as a vital resource and enhance the bottom line. Data integration throughout the firm is the key. So, consolidated data from divisions and departments throughout the business, including key businesses process, are immediately available to any authorized user. So, the greatest enticement of enterprise systems is the chance to cut costs firm-wide and enhance the ability to pass information throughout the organization. So, how does the enterprise systems work? So, many businesses assume that their operations are totally integrated across functional lines. So, after all, manufacturing responds to an order from sales and produces a product for which accounting and finance sends an invoice. So a production manager sends an email to the human resources department requesting, example, 5 new employees. When the marketing department decides on a new advertising campaign, a copy of the brochure is included in all employees' pay envelope, for example, at the end of the month. So once a week, all department managers meet with the executive staff and review statistics from last month's business. So what's the problem in here? Many times, department fail to fully communicate with all the other departments about every process that's taking place in a company. So they don't do it on purpose, but forget how many important total communication about every process and every piece of data is. So sales sends an order to manufacturing with a shipment date that can't possibly be met. And then accounting and finance pays a bill for supplies that production never ordered. Human HR also holds a training class that interferes with a rush production job. So, what's the solution? Enterprise software allows every functional area to share every process and every piece of data. So a business can select specific processes in specific areas, but eventually everything the company does will be shared across all lines. So the software uses predefined processes and requires the company to adapt itself to the software. So while many companies may balk at having to change, the software is designed around the best practices for that particular function. So the company can benefit from using the most successful solutions in a particular industry to help achieve its objectives. So the software helps the organization to automate many of the steps taken from industry-wide best practices instead of having to do it everything manually. And best of all, the software will help employees remember all of the necessary steps in the process and provide the data to all who need it. So, the business value of enterprise systems. So, if done correctly, enterprise systems can offer big rewards. So, conversely, done incorrectly can cause a firm huge headaches, loss of business, employee turmoil, and wasted money. So the changes in the enterprise will be tremendous. First, the management. So improve management decision making with a comprehensive view of performance across all functional areas. Another one is more efficient operations and customer-driven business processes. So all functional areas can focus more on the customer and respond to product demand more efficiently. And another one is a more uniform organization. So a more disciplined approach to business throughout the entire firm, regardless of physical location and or organizational structure. So the bottom line is enterprise systems force a company to fully integrate all business processes. These systems usually require massive changes in the structure and organization of business and are difficult to implement. So, however, the changes can make a tremendous improvement in a firm by using the best practices of the industry and requiring all functional areas to focus more on the customer. And then we will also tackle supply chain. Uh, Supply chain is similar to a spider's web. It includes all of the internal functions of an organization. So, along with suppliers, distributors, retailers, and customers. So, they are all intertwined and rely on information from each other to effectively meet the business objectives. So, exactly what are all the activities involved in getting a product from conception to delivery? So there are probably many more than you can easily think of, and there are many people involved that you might imagine. So it may be helpful to break the supply chain into three distinct groups. So we have the upstream. These are the suppliers that deal directly with the manufacturer and their suppliers. We also have the downstream. The downstream is those are distributors and those that deliver products to customers. We have also the internal or the employees that transform materials, components, and services into the actual products. So think of a mountain, for example. Think of a mountain stream that starts very small, flows downhill, gathers more water as it combines with other streams, feeds into a river that continues to flow and eventually meets up with the other rivers. And on into the ocean. So the mountain stream is analogous to the suppliers, the river represents manufacturers, and the ocean can be compared to customers. Hmm. Uh, as we can see in this diagram, this shows the Nike's supply chain. So this figure illustrates the major entities in Nike's supply chain and the flow of information upstream and downstream to coordinate the activities involved in buying, making, and moving a product. So shown here is a simplified supply chain with the upstream portion focusing only on suppliers for sneakers and a sneaker soles. So next is we have the information systems and supply chain management. So as with other functional areas, information is the glue that holds the supply chain together. So, lack of or faulty information can wreak havoc on the entire chain from getting supplies into the manufacturing process and getting the final product to the customers. So, in a perfect world, just-in-time strategy. So this just-in-time was introduced by the Japanese. So just-in-time strategies for ordering and delivering supplies would be an ordinary process. So unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. So natural disasters, dock worker strikes, and terrorist activities such as, for example, last September 11, 2001, can disrupt even the most carefully planned supply chains in an instant. So businesses have to plan as best they can around these kinds of events, but they can't foresee every problem. We also have the safety stock. So safety stock is an additional quantity of an item held in the inventory to reduce the risk that the item will be out of stock. We also have the bullwhip effect. The bullwhip effect on the supply chain is more natural than you might think and happens in virtually every industry. So in this diagram, inaccurate information can cause minor fluctuations in demand for a product to be amplified as one moves farther back in the supply chain. So minor fluctuations in a retail sales for a product can create excess inventory for distributors, manufacturers, and the suppliers. And then we also have the supply chain management software. So supply chain planning systems can provide information up and down the chain and help everyone involved do a better forecasting job. So, an example above, the information could pass more easily between the PC retailers and the parts suppliers. So, the supply chain planning systems enable firms to generate demand. Forecast, develop sourcing and manufacturing plans, share information about changes easier and faster so work can be better coordinated, develop better demand planning that matches production closer with customer demands, manage the flow of products through distribution centers and warehouses by using the supply chain execution systems, and coordinate activities with supply chain partners. It also handle complex interdependencies among various supply chain processes. It also allow users to balance the cost of transportation, delivery, and handling. So the global supply chains and the internet. So the islands of information that we've been frequently mentioned don't exist just inside the corporation, but also exist all up and down the supply chains. So adapting the supply chain software to the internet and opening up information to suppliers, to the logistic experts and distributors can greatly help a company reduce costs and ensure products are delivered when needed to the right location. So the same type of internal collaboration that organizations can generate through internets can be extended to supply chain partners through the extranets. So suppliers can log on to a supply company's extranet site and review next week's production schedule. So the supplier can ensure enough production supplies are delivered to a manufacturer with over or under extending itself. So changes to the production schedule can be communicated easier to suppliers through internet enabled applications. So long-term forecast can be posted to the extranet and schedules adjusted. So no expensive proprietary systems are necessary because all information is transmitted through ordinary web-based applications. Internal and external users can use online applications to view delivery schedules or determine the optimal logistics for moving products. Some of the issues businesses will face if they choose to use the global chain, the global supply chains are greater geographic distance and time differences, additional cost for transportation, inventory, and local taxes and fees, varying performance standards, foreign government regulations, cultural differences. So while the internet helps suppliers, manufacturers, and partners communicate easier through email, faxes, or phone calls, those communication methods open the door to errors or mistakes. So using the web-based supply chain management systems gives all the players a way to make data and information more easily available through browsers and portals. So using the internet helps mitigate some of these issues, but it's not a panache for all of them. So companies must still deal with foreign governments and cultural differences, for which there are no easy answers or internet applications. Next is the demand supply chain management systems, the push versus pull based supply chain models. So traditionally, customers purchase whatever products are available. Although colors, sizes, and prices may vary somewhat, generally a manufacturer decides what to produce by forecasting what the potential demand might be through a push-based model that is quickly changing to a pull-based model in which the customer tells the manufacturer ahead of time what he or she wants to buy. So one of the best example of this new pull-based model is Dell computers, build-to-order business model. So Dell doesn't build a computer until it receives a customer order. Then it builds the computer to the customer's specifications. Granted, the customer must choose from a predetermined list of options. But Dell doesn't have a huge stock of unsold inventory that no man wants based on faulty demand forecasting. So the difference between push and pull based models is summarized by the slogan, "Make what we sell, not sell what we make." Uh, Automobile manufacturers are also adapting the pull-based modeling for their customers. So, a customer can log onto a website and select the color, engine options, and kind of tires for his her or her new car. So the order is sent to the factory and the manufacturer suppliers simultaneously. So while the customer must wait for delivery, at least he or she will get exactly the car they wanted. So in this figure, it shows an internet-driven supply chain. Uh, Next is the business value of supply chain management system. So the benefits of implementing an integrated network supply chain management system includes match supply to demand, reduce inventory levels, improve delivery service, speed product time to market, use assets more effectively. So in turn, a company can improve customer service and responsiveness, reduce cost. They can also increase sales and utilize cash better. The last four benefits of implementing a supply chain management system point directly to improving the bottom line for the company. So by making the supply chain more efficient, a company can save millions, improve its relationships with its customers, and also sell more products. So the bottom line is supply chain management systems integrate all of the processes by supplying information to all entities involved in the chain. So more precise current information allows organizations to improve demand forecasting and better measure the performance effectiveness of a supply chain. So better information also allows a firm to move from push-based to pull-based modeling. Uh, the goals of customer relationship management systems are to optimize customer satisfaction and customer retention, which in turn will maximize revenue and profitability. So many companies are overloaded with data about customers. Unfortunately, too many companies don't have any useful information that can help them increase customer satisfaction and retention, so thereby increasing revenues and profitability. So the ability to turn raw data into useful information is where CRM systems shine. So CRM systems gather customer information from all corners of a business and then consolidate the information and then provide it to all the organization's customer touch points. So by offering a consolidated viewpoint of the customer to these touch points, a company can cater to the customer that offers the most profitability. So financial institutions are a prime example of how effective CRM systems can be to help identify the customers that offer the most bang for the buck. So most of the larger banks offer more than just checking and savings accounts. So they provide investment services, insurance policies, and loans. So it is much cheaper for Wells Fargo Bank, for example, to provide its current customers with all of these financial products rather than trying to attract new customers for each of the separate product lines. So information gleaned from a CRM systems provides Wells Fargo with information about which customers are more likely to purchase new these products, and its sales force targets that market better. CRM software. So CRM application software ranges in size and complexity, making it possible for an organization to select the type of software it needs the most. So modules focusing on partner relationship management or employee relationship management can be integrated into the customer relation management software at a later date. So we have here the partner relationship management system. So these are a reflection of internal customer relationship management systems but extend past the immediate borders of a firm to its selling partners. So for instance, Levi's jeans doesn't sell directly to its customers but rather through other retail outlets. So how Levi's partners cater to the customer directly affects its profitability. So therefore, Levi's is very interested in sharing information about its customers with its partners to increase sales of its products. So using partner relationship management systems not only helps Levi's but also its retailers. Next is we have the employee relationship management or the ERM. So these modules associated with CRM focus more on how employees perform and interact with customers. So these modules help a company manage employee objectives, employee performance, performance-based compensation, and also employee training. Next is the uh, CRM software capabilities. So some of the more common capabilities of CRM software are Salesforce automation. This allows the sales force to focus on the most profitable customers. So it also reduces the cost per sale for acquiring new customers and also retaining the old ones. So improve sales forecasting, territory management, and team selling. We also have the marketing. So it allows companies to engage in cross-selling, upselling, and bundling through better analysis of the customer data. We also have here the customer service. So it gathers information from a variety of sources and makes it available across organizational functions so that data is input only once. So it includes web-based self-service capabilities. Operational and analytical CRM. So it's important to understand the difference between the operational and analytical aspects of CRM systems. So operational CRM includes everything a company should provide. Those employees who interface directly or indirectly with the customer, the sales force, call centers, and support activities. So managers and decision makers use the analytical CRM to help them improve business performance. So the analytical CRM uses data from the operational CRM and provides managers with the opportunity to target smaller specific customer groups or market segmentation. So rather than trying to blanket a huge group of potential customers, many of whom are not interested, managers use the analytical CRM to focus their efforts on those customers who can offer the most profit at the least cost. Um, One of the most important benefits of analytical CRM is the ability to determine the customer lifetime value or the CLTV. The text mentions that it costs 6 times more to gain a new customer than to keep an old one. So by measuring the CLTV of customers, organizations can calculate customer profitability and also determine which customers they should cater to. So customer lifetime value or the CLTV is based on the relationship between the revenue produced by a specific customer. So the expenses incurred in acquiring and servicing that customer and the expected life of the relationship between the customer and the company. So the churn rate measures the number of customers who stop using or purchasing products or services from a company. So it is an important indicator of the growth or decline of a firm's customer base. We also have the business value of CRM. So as the old saying goes, we're wasting half of our advertising budget. We just don't know which half. So CRM software will help managers better understand their customers, thereby helping them to make better decisions about product lines and marketing campaigns. So CRM systems also help reduce the customer churn rate and identify which customers are most profitable. So hopefully, CRM will help them discover which half of the ad budget is wasted. So once again, the benefits of using CRM systems are worth the challenges you'll face. So its benefits are it increased customer satisfaction, it reduced the marketing cost, more effective marketing, lower cost for customer acquisition and retention, increased sales revenue, and better response to customer needs. So the bottom line is customer relationship management systems allow a firm to focus all of their energy and attention to developing profitable customers and foregoing unprofitable ones. So useful information produced by CRM systems allow firms to improve business performance while reducing cost associated with gaining and retaining customers. So information can be shared internally and externally. Next, the enterprise applications, new opportunities and challenges. So, many firms have implemented enterprise systems and systems for supply chain management and customer relationship because they are such powerful instruments for achieving operational excellence and enhancing decision making. But precisely because they are so powerful in changing the way the organization works, so they are challenging to implement. So, uh, enterprise application challenges. So enterprise application require not only deep-seated technological changes but also fundamental changes in the way the business operates. So the companies must make sweeping changes to their business processes to work with the software. So companies adopting enterprise applications can also save time and money by keeping customizations to the minimum. So today, enterprise application vendors are delivering more value by becoming more flexible, web-enabled, and capable of integration with other systems. So SAP's next generation enterprise applications are based on its enterprise service-oriented architecture. So it incorporates service-oriented architecture standards and uses its NetWeaver tool as an integration platform linking SAP's own applications and web services developed by independent software vendors. So the goal is to make enterprise applications easier to implement and manage. So they are also offering complementary analytics products such as SAP Business Objects and Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. So a service platform integrates multiple applications from multiple business functions, business units, or business partners to deliver a seamless experience for the customer, for the employee, for the managers, and or also the business partner. So as companies get more comfortable with the supply chain management and customer relationship management programs, they realize the importance of branching out to enterprise solutions, enterprise suites, or e-business suites. So software manufacturers are creating these programs and ensuring firms can integrate data and information more easily with customers, with their suppliers, and also their business partners. So being able to generate ad hoc analysis, use interactive dashboards, ask what if questions, and take advantage of data visualization tools are becoming more important than ever to system users and executives. So they don't want to have to leave one system and move to another in order to use these business intelligence tools. So enterprise application vendors are incorporating these tools into their systems to provide one-stop shopping experience for users. So the bottom line is all of the challenges of implementing a new enterprise system are directly related to people. So many organizations fail to understand this fact and pay more attention to the hardware and software elements of the new system. So the real emphasis should be placed on the firmware element of the new system instead. So that would be all. Thank you very much for listening.